All right, awesome. Welcome, guys. Happy August 17th. Happy Monday. Super glad to be here. Tonight, we have an excellent treat for you guys. So, three incredible humans are joining me tonight just to share a little bit about, gosh, just the ISA life and just how dreams are totally possible and they absolutely do come true. And so, I'm going to be asking these beautiful ladies some questions tonight. And for those of you who don't know my story, I was a former pediatric oncology nurse. Prior to that, I worked in the adult ICU and I started Isagenix and I fell in love with the products. And then I looked at the whole vision of Isagenix and, the products were transformative for me. And then when I saw the opportunity side, I just lit up and I just said, what if? And so tonight, I just want to invite everybody to have maybe that what if question, or what if there's one thing that you can, tap into that can change everything. Sometimes there's that one thing that, just really will stir your soul a little bit and, just ask you to ask yourself some questions of where you are now and maybe where you want to be. And right now there's, so much uncertainty. And I've never been more certain about being aligned with a company like Isagenix and a mission and vision that's truly impacting world health and being the most trusted and respected company in wellness. And I'm just so thankful that this woman, Kathy Coover, a 28-year veteran in the industry of direct marketing, I would be here for the next 30 minutes just going over her accolades and awards. But she is a mom to Eric Coover, who so many of us know and love. She's a grandma to two little precious babies and the wife of Jim Coover, who is just such a visionary himself. And so, Kathy, you had a vision, and I would just love for people that don't know your story to get to know a little bit about your story and how, Isagenix got started. So if you could just share a little bit with that, we'd be so grateful.
Oh, I would love to. And Casey, thank you for hosting this and welcome everyone to the call. And we're so glad that you're here. And we hope tonight you'll hear something that will definitely pique your interest to look even deeper into this amazing company. And I too, like she said, as a mom and I was a dental hygienist for 18 years and I loved my profession, but I was so burned out and I just didn't want to do it anymore after I had my son. I wanted to be home with him, but I wanted to contribute in a bigger way. And so my amazing husband kept saying, you got to go into network marketing. You'd be amazing. And I was a little timid to go into it just because I was afraid to speak in front of the room and I was afraid to explain a compensation plan. But what I can tell you, it was the best decision of my life. And I built 3 large organizations to record-breaking success. And I learned what to do, what not to do, how to treat people. I learned so much about personal development, growth. And I fell in love with network marketing because it's about building people. It's about personal development. It's helping people become the best they can be. And once you really get that, you succeed by helping all these other people. You just become unstoppable. So, I can tell you that everything that I had done in my past ventures in network marketing prepared me for Isagenix. It was my learning ground. And what I can tell you is that we started this company to create a company that was all about the people, something that each and every one of you can count on, that will be there for your family. It would be a legacy for you, something you could do and be so passionate when you got up that you were changing people's lives. And it's been such a blessing. And what I can tell you is we started out really to impact world health and to make a difference in people's lives physically and financially. And it's just amazing what's happened to this company. And we're getting better and better. And we've reinvented ourselves. And because we're in a new decade and we're in a new era, and it's time to evolve and really take this company to the next level and really let people know how incredible this profession is when it's done right. And that's what Isagenix has done. And it's attracted the best people. I mean, it really has. Look at these amazing ladies on this call. And it's just the best come to this company because it's based on values. And values are so important to all of us. So what I can tell you is that we're really just getting started. And I am so excited about our future and what the future holds for so many families.
And Kathy, just, I mean, with being in this industry for 28 years and Isagenix over 18 years, I mean, multi-billion dollar company. I've seen people, your book, Resilient, is absolutely amazing. And the stories in here of people that are, absolutely transforming their life. And we have two people on here tonight that have been transforming their life. And I know for me, working paycheck to paycheck, punching a clock, being in the medical field and just thinking, I just remember one day I had my scrubs on. I was like, okay, this is it. So for the next 40 years, I'm going to be punching a clock. And now to be able to, my husband was able to retire from active duty military, thanks to Isagenix. And I didn't know what residual income was. I didn't know about this business model. And what I love is that every single dollar earned is a life changed in Isagenix. And so, just watching what you do, you really are the heart of Isagenix, and just, looking at your big, audacious goals that you have had, and to create more 6 and 7 figure income earners than any other company. You're so passionate about the opportunity side as well. What really have you seen for people, or just anything that you want to highlight, or some of the stories out of here? Carla's story, Albie's story, all of those. Is there any story that you would love to highlight before I ask these two ladies, or something that sticks out to you?
What I can tell you is that, this network marketing is whatever you really want it to be. And a lot of people come in to try our products because we need good nutrition. And it's just so simple to get it through Isagenix. And what we've done with our new whole blend shakes and everything is unprecedented. No one has it. And we're really trendsetters. And then what happens is they learn how to get their products paid for. And then all of a sudden they think, oh my gosh, if I could just make an extra $500 a month. And I can tell you, Casey, thousands and thousands of people are making an extra $500 a month. And right now, that is so important to these families. And then once they do that, they want to work a little more, and they want to do a little more. And that can just take the stress off of so many families. And let's face it, our world is changing, and we have to evolve and change. And everybody needs to be having a side business with a company that's trusted and respected. And Isagenix is that. We are the ambassador to the profession. So I've never been so proud to be a part of this company. And there's so many stories in that book. I mean, how could I even highlight? There's so many stories, and I could write 5 more books with more stories. There's so many stories, but I'd say that Albie's always sticks out to me, and Peta's story too. They're just incredible. And Tammy Mold, the lady was so broke and had no money, and she's paid off all of her debt. And who doesn't want to pay off their debt and not have that stress? So, you got to read the book to see it. And there's a lot of great tips in there, and really why we do things. A lot of things in there. I think you'll learn, and it's an easy read. It really is.
Super easy. It's a fun read. It's an easy read. It's a fast read. And the stories are so inspirational. So one of the things that I really, when I first went to an Isagenix event and I saw you and Jim up there, Eric, he was just getting started. And I saw the values, and I saw that it was a family-owned company. And I was like, I can attach my wagon to this company because of the values, and, contribution being such an incredible value, and always giving back, and the ISA Foundation, so incredible. And so we are highlighting Miss Stephanie Patterson tonight, who recently rocked out the $500,000 mark in earnings from Isagenix, which is just takes such dedication, such service, such commitment, and all the people that you have served, Stephanie. I know that you've also, helped Isagenix with the ISA Foundation, and serve who you're partnered with and do a ton of philanthropy with. Isagenix, I know, $100,000 grant to serve, and so many other things that ISA Foundation does. But Stephanie, share your story with us, girl, and just touch a little bit on what you've experienced working with Isagenix and the ISA Foundation and the Give Back movement.
Okay. So as far as share my story, from when I started and how that worked out, or just the foundation part?
Both.
Okay. Well, I started, like most people, for the products in 2014 and quickly decided that I was going to be sharing it. And I remember I had a daughter getting ready to start college, and that was one of the first things that I thought about was we didn't have a plan. And she wanted to go to a private out-of-state school, and it was going to be very expensive. And I didn't finish college because I had to pay for it myself, and I ended up giving up and, I just stopped. So I had an amazing product experience with Isagenix and just started, sharing with friends. And I tell people this, and it's so important to understand that we see so many big stories. People compare themselves to a lot of the people that shoot to the top so fast. And 500,000 sounds, and it is absolutely amazing, but I made 12,000 my first year. I didn't like rocket ship, but then that doubled the next year to 24,000. And I had been a stay-at-home mom, so that was life-changing for me. The first year it paid for my products, and it paid for me to get to events because I got to events from the beginning and was massively inspired by the Make-A-Wish whole scene where people would get up and donate large amounts of money. And I was like, me and my husband have always been givers, but I had never seen that many people give that amount of money. And it hit me. I was just like, for nothing else, I want to be able to do that. Cause I have a giving spirit, and to be able to make that kind of an impact and to use your income for that kind of thing. So along the way of thinking about college and giving back, those were like two of my main reasons when I started this. And so she started school in 2016. And by 2016 was my third year, and I had made 50,000 that year. So I was able to, and then I had a second child start college. So my income literally increased in order perfectly for me to be able to pay. She just graduated, over $100,000 in tuition that we have zero debt for. And not only that, but to be able to have given back. A year into my journey with Isagenix is when I found Serve and started going to Africa yearly, and that's not cheap. And I had to fundraise. It's a mission trip, so I fundraised for 2 years. And by the third year, fourth year, fifth year, Isagenix was paying for me to go over there and paying for me to do big things like with my money for them as well. And I'll never forget 2018 Top Achievers in Maui. We were sitting there, and they mentioned the foundation for the first time, and you texted me from across the room. You were like, serve, serve, serve. And in my brain, I couldn't comprehend, like, I don't have any influence. How would I just couldn't think about how it would happen. And then that was May 2018. In August at Celebration, they introduced the ISA Foundation to everyone. We got up on stage and donated. So now I'm feeling like involved in the foundation. And then I was sitting at a board meeting at Serve, and that year was a hard financial year. And as board members, we're all, responsible for figuring out how, with a nonprofit, it's all donations. And so we're all, racking our brains. How are we going to make this happen? And I'm like, why would I not figure out how? I don't know what I'm going to do, but I have to figure out how to tell Isagenix, who I don't even know who, about Serve. So I had saved Kathy's number, and I didn't even know if it was Kathy's number, but I just knew she called me. And she called me when I happened to be in the Grand Caymans with Casey on a trip, and we were in the middle of the ocean, and the phone rang. And Casey's like, answer it. I'm like, oh my gosh. It said Arizona. It didn't, but I ended up saving the number afterwards. I'm like, if this is Kathy's number, I'm going to have it in my phone. So I sent Kathy a text. I was shaking. I don't even know why. I was so scared. And I sent her a text and just told her about Serve. No grants had started yet. I didn't know how the process was going to work. I just knew I needed to get the information out there. And I told her about Serve and what they were doing in the orphanage and how many people they fed and all the things. And I didn't know that Kathy had built schools in Africa and was super involved already in Africa. And she was so kind and listened to me go on and on. So we were able to get our foot in the door, and I was able to receive the first $100,000 check on stage at NYKO 2019. And the relationship with Serve and ISA Foundation has been so amazing. I was able to lead the first international ISA Foundation trip to Africa, and we took a bunch of people from Isagenix who all fell in love and are now more passionate about the foundation and and what's what it's doing. So, but anyway, yeah, along the way, just to be able to have earned $500,000 and give back and connect these two organizations and pay for my children's college and fund all my giving that I want to do. It has just been amazing. And to go from sitting in the audience and seeing people walk up and give huge amounts, and me being able to do that now because of Isagenix is just, it gives me goosebumps.
It is goosebumps. And that, yes, absolutely. That is Kathy's number. Kathy, you are so engaged with the field and the amount of love and just the people and how you know so many people and how you keep track of so many stories. I do not know. But it's just truly the epitome of the values and how important the people are and how important giving back is. And so, just my question to anyone out there, like, what would that feel like? I remember somebody saying, what would that feel like to write a check to something that you're really passionate about and people that you want to help? And something that I've really learned is that, I can't give from an empty cup. I can't give from an empty bank account. I can't give from a depleted body that has no energy. And Isagenix has just checked every single one of those boxes. I'm coming up on 8 years. And Steph, how many years for you now, girl?
6. Yeah. And it took, and like I said, it took years for me to make the significant money, but it came right along in time to one kid in college. Then by the time the 2 were in, I had that covered, and it's just been perfect. And I've been a 6-figure earner for 3 years now. So
girl, I was in college and spent tens of thousands of dollars to go in debt before I started earning any money in nursing. And I think that that's one thing. And if you could give a tip, Kathy, too, as far as for success, really treating this like a profession, or what are some things and common things that you really see for people who come in that really create some success? Of course, a burning vision, but what are a few key things that you see?
Well, what I would say is thank you, Stephanie. Thank you all for all you do for Serve and everything. It's just been a great partnership. But what I would say is it's the people that have that burning desire. They have a why. They really want it. They want to do something for themselves. They want to make their dreams come true. They're tired of making their bosses' dreams come true. They want to make their dreams come true, and they treat it like a business. And we have all the systems to plug into. We have all the training to guide people on how to do this. And I think that's really important, is our systems that we've developed for people, and plugging in and to the calls and everything, and really learning how to share Isagenix the right way. The magic will happen. But that's the beautiful part, Casey, is the systems we have. People don't need to have to reinvent the wheel. They just plug in. And then leadership, like, the leadership in this company, they just pour into people and they help them become successful. So
It is, you guys. I mean, Kathy, she's been one of the most influential women in network marketing. All the words, her systems, that's what you knew. You knew that we needed systems, and you have just provided us with so many, and just so grateful. And one of my favorite systems that we have for all of our customers that come into Isagenix, and everyone, is the Isabody Challenge as well. So not only do you get to eat for free with products for participating, but then you have a chance for Isabody finalist, grand prize winner. And so tonight I have the privilege of my sister Morgan on here with us, and I'm gonna pull up just a photo real quick so we can see it for a second, so you can see this transformation. A picture is worth 1,000 words sometimes, but for me, watching my sister's journey and my nephew having his mom back, and Morgan wasn't living here, and she is now, so I'm going to let her share her story. But it's been such an honor and a privilege to be on this journey with my sister, with my mom. Again, family. It's a family thing. So Morgan, share your story with us, an Isabody finalist.
I know, how crazy, right? Well, thanks for sharing my photo. It's been everywhere for a while now. There's nothing that will make you get over yourself quicker than putting yourself out there like that on social media. And it's been one of the best things I've ever done, because it just, nothing really matters. But so, Casey, I was very unfulfilled. And that girl, it's hard for me to even not really hard for me to look at it, but it's hard to remember. I mean, I remember it, but I'm such a different person now than I was then. And, you know, I just remember being really unfulfilled and just stuck in my very early 30s. I was about 30 when Isagenix came into my life. And I just really felt, I mean, everything that I had ever done was really like a diet, or was for like that instant gratification, or was like, okay, you're going to do this for 30 days for like this result, or you're going to do this for this X amount of time and you're going to have this result. And it was always, I don't know, it just got like this revolving door of stuff that was really like not really like a healthy lifestyle. And I remember the first call that we did, Casey, with Lenny, and you know, the first thing he said to me, he's like, I want you to know something, because I was telling him my struggles with like weight and, you know, health and just where I was. And he was like, well, Isagenix is not a diet, it's a lifestyle. And, you know, I was like, ha ha ha. So, you know, to make a really long story kind of short, to get to the whole, like where I am now, you know, I started putting the products in my body, and I still struggled with some things at the beginning because I had a lot of old habits and a lot of old mindsets and patterns and things that were still there. Somebody who struggles with weight, or anyone who really, you know, is looking to change anything, we all get stuck in certain ways and things. So, but what I do know is I started feeling better, and some weight started coming off. And I started having more motivation and desire to do certain things, like get up and play with my son. And you know, I remember one day thinking, you know, he deserves a mom that can play with him. And this is not the mom that I want to be. And so I just made a commitment that I was going to continue to put the products in my body. And, you know, there is no there here in my story or my journey. It wasn't like, you know, point A to point B. There's so many windy roads and twisty turns that happened here. But one of the biggest things was the nutrition. My body, I just was not getting proper nutrition. And Isagenix gave me that. And another thing is community and support and positivity and personal development, and the things that Kathy was talking about at the beginning. I started showing up to events. I started getting involved more in the Facebook groups and surrounding myself with people who were also on a journey of self-discovery, getting better. And that gave me tools and little things I needed along my journey, so that when I did have a setback or something that happened. I mean, you know, I've completed 18 Isabody challenges now. And my very first one that I did, I actually resigned. So that was at the very beginning. I resigned my first one. And that's a pattern for me, you know, starting something and then not doing it perfectly, beating myself up, judging myself on it, and then quitting. And so after I did that, I was like, you know what? No more of that. I'm not going to do that. I don't care how many I have to submit. I don't care how many I submit with weight gain or whatever. I'm just going to submit them, because that was the deal. It was, I went to the events, you saw people on stage, and that's what they did. They started, they completed, and they repeated. And so I was like, that's me, you know? And so I made a decision, and I was like, I'm going to just do the Isabody challenge. And I've done 18 now, and that's $3,600 in free product. And I just kept, you know, I was just like, I'm just going to keep showing up. And what I love most about this new person that I am is like, just how I feel every day getting up, and a new zest for life and gratitude. I'm so grateful for that girl. I'm grateful for all the things that I went through. I'm grateful for the challenging times, because I wouldn't appreciate who I am now, how I feel every day, and the fact that I get to inspire others like they've inspired me on this journey. So I'm very appreciative of all that. You know, Stephanie, we were together on that boat when Kathy called you. You know, a couple of my things I didn't want to be like the biggest mom who like couldn't do the things with her son, you know? And I've accomplished that greatly. I am able to do all the things now. I love feeling strong. I love going to the gym, and I just love putting good stuff in my body, all in balance too. I also love the balance, and that's what Isagenix, I think, doesn't Isagenix stand for balanced living or something like that? Like when I was like balanced living, I was like, that's it. It's finding the balance and finding, you know, what brings you inner peace every day. And we have this amazing body, and a lot, I mean, I still struggle, you know, as far as it's you're never there. It's never over. It's still a daily work and a decision and a commitment that you have to put on, you know, every day to make certain decisions. But it is so worth it. It is so worth it to put this nutrition in your body and to surround yourself with these types of people, because the only place to go is up. And that's where I'm been going and continue to plan to keep going.
Oh my gosh. And seeing all the stories that come out from the Ice a Body Challenge, and again, like knowing that these are our products, these are our no compromise products, all that Isagenix does, and all the leverage that you provide us with, the whole corporate team of Isagenix, to have this beautiful corporate office. I was in Arizona last week, and I drove by the beautiful Isagenix building headquarters, and going in there and knowing that that's our home, that gets up every single day and goes to work for us, so that we can provide and invite people into this incredible community, and experience these incredible products, and experience this incredible business model that truly is a recession-proof business model that has been doing the new economy for so long, and just keeps innovating and getting better and better with that. If there's anything that you want to leave us with tonight, Kathy, we would love to have you close us out and just leave us with anything. But again, I just invite anyone who's watching this, what if this could be the thing for you that you've been praying for? I know it was for me. I know it was for these two ladies. All these people in this book. We do have 2 giveaways at the very end after you leave us with one more nugget, Kathy. But just thank you all so much for sharing. And Kathy, I'm going to let you take it away and leave us with a nugget.
Well, what I would say is that everyone deserves to have a beautiful life. And sometimes we just can't really see what that is, what that door is going to open into. So I encourage you, if you've watched this, you've heard some incredible stories of lives that have been changed. And let me tell you, we have hundreds and thousands of them. And you owe it to yourself to take a serious look. And this may be for you, it may not be for you. But if you don't take a look, you've never given yourself the chance. When I would tell you to take a chance, get back to the person who put you on this call and find out more. Look deeper. The deeper you look, the better it gets. And that's what Isagenix is about. It's about changing people's lives. And we're here for you. We're behind you. We want you to be successful. We will do anything we can to support your dreams. And the possibilities are all out there. And you have to go for your dreams. I went for my dreams from the very beginning. I went through some obstacles, but I just kept pushing and pushing. And I knew there was a better life. And the magic happened. And I can tell you, it's right here at Isagenix.
Balanced living at its core, the art of well-being. Yes, yes, yes. So massive congrats to Carla Hutchinson and Lauren Cannon for receiving the beautiful Resilient book. You will absolutely love it. So many tips and nuggets. Thank you for all that you poured into this, Kathy, to serve us yet again. So yes, thank you all so much for joining us. And if you are watching this, just get back with whoever shared this video with you. And of course, we have a lot of incredible information in our Facebook groups. We have a lot of great videos that will really allow you to dive in more to anything that you're seeking change and enhancement and well-being in any area of your life. So thank you all so much for joining us this evening or on this recording, and just look forward to connecting with some of you in the future. And
thank you, ladies. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you. Thank you. You're all amazing. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy, Morgan, Steph.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.